ensemble here. We're being engulfed in a sea of noise and a sea of humanity up here as we are located right above the overhang on the south side of the auditorium, right above the fans for Western Christian of Hull, and across the way they have the fans for Pella Christian. And you don't have to look very far to see some indications of Dutch names. Mike, you and I looking down there, we see Zilstrup, we see Van Voorst, we see Verbrugge, De Weird, all kind of Dauma and Bauma and De Hoinker. Just about every kind of Dutch name that you can imagine is there.
There's not many Dutch people in the States that aren't here, Jim. A monstrous crowd.
A huge crowd down here.
If there's any indications in the hallway, if Hull Western Christian team is as aggressive as our fans were trying to get seats in the hall, I'll take us the windows.
Right, it's kind of a rainy, overcast night as usual here in Des Moines. Nevertheless, we have a jam-packed crowd right around the arena here. This is the 6th time that Western Christian of Hull has been in the tournament since its first appearance in 1981. The Indians have a 6-5 state tournament record. They won the championship in 1985, were 3rd last year, and 4th in 1981. The Eagles of Pella Christian, located about 40 miles southeast of Des Moines, come to tournament play with a perfect 22-0 record, and for the first time in the school's history. Pella Christian was founded in 1939 and is a parentally controlled, fully accredited secondary school with students that commute from 11 different school districts. So these students are kind of spread far and wide around their home base, aren't they?
For both teams, Jim, and I tell you, this is one that both these fans would really eagerly look forward to. We look over in the Pella Christian fan, we see a lot of green. I think that's Pella High repaying Pella Christian for their support last year when Pella High was the runner-up.
Right. And of course, we're nearing St. Patrick's Day too.
And no doubt, helping out Hull Western Christian, we have their school from the same town, Boyden Hull, who qualified for the Class A championship with a big win this afternoon.
All right, you hear the noise ricocheting off of the auditorium ceiling here. Hull Western Christian wearing their dark uniforms. The colors for the schools are the same, white and maroon and white. So Pella Christian will be in white, and Hull Western Christian will be in dark, which means maroon. Now the starting lineup for Hull: number 33, Chad Koima, 6'5", 210, a senior. Number 43, Joel Mulder, 6'4", 180, a senior. Number 51, Dave Van Essen, 6'6", 180, a junior. He's coming out there right now. Number 45, Ross Dauma, 6'5", 180, a senior. And number 15, Todd Koyman. We have Koima and Koyman in the lineup. First I thought that was a misspelling, but it's not. Now for Pella Christian, and we did the Eagles the other day, it'll be number 54, Brent Keating, 6'4", 200 pounds, a senior. Number 20, Ryan Klein, 6'4", 180, a senior. Number 52, Mark Van Gort, 6'6", he's a center, 195, a senior. Number 14, Eric Pothoven, and Mike, he had a great game, didn't he, the other day against Regis, 27 points. Eric Pothoven, 6'1", 161, a sophomore. And number 10, Tracy Vandermolen, 6 feet tall, 163, a senior. And listen to this crowd.
They're supporting both teams. The reason some of that starting lineup was so loud, they both cheered for everyone.
So they did, didn't they? And so right now we're just coming right down to it. The game that was just played, just finished. Forest City earned their way into the championship game on Saturday night in 2A by defeating Washington 67-55 in a game you heard right here. Pella Christian coming out with a record of 22-1. Or 23-0, I should say, and Hull Western Christian with a record of 22-1. And we're just about ready to get going now between the Eagles and the Indians.
Of course, the only ones on the floor that aren't Dutch are the two officials from Burlington, Bob Green and what's Weber's first name?
Yeah, Bob Green and Mike Weber.
Mike Burlington. We had them last week. I remember them well.
All right, we're ready for the center jump. It's the only time they have a jump, of course, in basketball anymore, and that is right at the start of the game. Otherwise, it's alternating possession. Start ready to go between Van Gort and Dave Van Essen. And the tap in the air, and it's taken by Pella Christian. The guys in white have the basketball. Eric Pothoven, the playmaking guard, one of the best in the tournament, only a sophomore. Over to Klein. Back out again to Klein. Here's Klein with the ball, just set off to Pothoven. Pothoven stutter steps his way, kind of stumbles his way down the lane, and travels. Pothoven got involved in traffic there and just kept going. And as a result, he traveled with the basketball. So it's a turnover, and Todd McCoyman brings the ball down for the Hall Western Christian Indians. Indians with a basketball out in front, number 45. Ross Dalma with it, kicks it back out. Here's Dalma with it again, dishes out to Coyman, and in along the baseline, the layup shot is good. The big guy puts it through, Chad Coyman, 6'5", 210 a senior, and he is fouled. And so Western Christian takes the early lead here. Indians out in front, 2-0.
As fouls on Van Gorp. Great move to the basket. Pat Coyman, the point guard, is the only returning starter. He holds their school record for assists. We saw why there.
All right, and he did stop a beautiful assist to Coyman, who puts it in, but he can't hit the free throw. And the rebound is taken by Trent Keating. Now down court with the basketball, number 14, Pothoven. Works it around the ring over to Vandermolen. Down the deep left side, coming inside. The ball is stripped away from number 52, Mark Van Gorp, and he is fouled by Coyman. And the ball out of bounds now. Be played in by Rob Klein. Klein will throw the ball in. Here's Klein throwing the ball way back out, and Eric Pothoven is open. He shoots it, it's off the basket and right into the hands of the man who committed the foul, Todd Coyman. He brings it down, number 15, whips it over to Ross Dalma along the baseline. They block the baseline pretty good now. Putting on some moves there. A little jump shot is no good by 51, Van Essen. And Van Essen is called for a foul. Well, I'll tell you what, Pella Christian adjusted his defense that time, didn't they?
Well, they sure did, Jim. We mentioned Pella Christian's first round win. Hall Western's was just as impressive. 77-42 over Red Oak. They held Red Oak to 22% field goal shooting.
Here comes Pothoven down. Good defensive teams, obviously good offensive teams. Here's Klein with the ball, shoots it, it's good. Klein with a jump shot, but just underneath the top of the free throw circle, or the line of the free throw circle, we should say. And he makes it a 2-2 ball game. 4 ties. Back out in front, pressure being put on the basketball. Mulder tries to come down the lane. Can't do it over Ross Dalma. Bank shot good by Dalma. Ross Dalma pops it through. And it's Hull. Washington leading 4-2. Northern Dalma's all over Central, all over Northern Iowa.
Well, we saw a great one this afternoon in Craig, the MOC 3-year starter.
Yeah,
a bunch of three-pointers.
All right, and now here's a jump shot for Pella Christian. Hit it. That was Mark Van Gorp. Rebound is taken by Western Christian of Hull, and trying a long shot that time from three-point range. Ross Dalma, he can't hit it. Here comes Pothoven, he puts it up there. Shot is no good, and they're going to call a blocking foul on Western Christian.
The only one not standing is 15. Yep, it's him.
Yeah, that'll be 2 on him. Hull Western Christian 4 and Pella Christian 2. 5:53 left to go in the first half. Or in the first quarter, we should say. Klein will throw the ball in. Going out is Todd Coyman. And now the ball is put in play and is tapped around. A shot attempted by Pella Christian is no good, and the rebound is taken and brought down by number 31, Dave Baker. Baker with the ball and passes off underneath to Chad Coyman. Coyman shoots and scores. And it's 6-2 in favor of the Indians of Western Christian of Hull over Pella Christian Eagles. Eagles with a basketball. Pothoven goes underneath to Van Gorp. Now here's Klein. He shoots a rainbow up there, but it's no good. And high to rebound is number 33 coming out for the ball, Chad Coyman. He brings the ball down, flips it in underneath, and a backdoor. Dave Van Essen pops it through off the glass, and Hull Western Christian is charged away to an 8-2 lead. Eric Pothoven with the basketball. Signaling what kind of an offense he wants. For Pella Christian, the Eagles have it. They're down by 8. Down by 6, we should say. And a pass is intercepted by the Indians. Coming up with it now. Down court with the basketball is Baker. Baker back up. Here's Baker. Lobs a pass to the inside along the baseline. And it is a blocking foul on Mark Van Gorp. Coming in there with a shot is Dave Van Essen. You have a feeling that could go either way, or was that a...
It looked pretty close to me, and of course that's the tough call in basketball, that charge block. Weston just coming out like a house fire in the game, aggressive at both ends. Probably the tournament experience is a big difference at this point.
Yeah, they've been here before, haven't they? And now at the free throw line is Dave Vanis, and he's a 72% free thrower. He shoots it, it's good. And it's now a 9-2 lead in favor of Western Christian of Hull. Bounces it a couple more times. Puts the shot up there, and the shot is good again. And all of a sudden, Pella Christian, the Eagles find themselves 8 points in the hole. 10-2 lead for Western Christian of Hull. The Northwest versus the southeast part of the state, or south part of the state. Here's Pothoven with a basketball, and they're going to call a charging foul on number 31, Baker of Hull Western Christian. How a guy with the name of Baker ever getting down up there?
Well, it does have 2 K's in it, so I suppose that counts.
All right. We should call it Bacher, I suppose.
I suppose.
Yeah, here's Klein with the basketball now. And a bounce pass back out in front to Pothoven. Here's Eric Pothoven with the ball, goes into the top of the circle. Kicks it back out again to Klein. Klein down the lane, little jump shot. Banker off the glass, no good. Block for it. And a fingertip rebound taken by Ross Downer. Now, come down court. Here's Bacher with the basketball. Goes inside. Bounce pass in underneath. And a shot thrown up there wildly by Koima. No good. And another foul on the Eagles of Pella Christian. This one being Brent Heating. Boy, they're picking up a lot of fouls up there.
They sure are. And Western Christian, Jim, out of their 18 regular season games, played 13 Class 3A teams. The only loss was to Waterloo East, who a lot of people are favoring to win the Class 3A tournament.
Right, and that's how a lot of these parochial schools do get experience with Cedar Rapids Regis. I think plays something like 8 or 9 3A teams during the season. And at the free throw line, cool as anything, Chad Koima goes up there, hits his free throw, and it's 11-2, and Pella Christian has seen enough. Pella Christian calls timeout, and we'll be back right after this. WHO Radio, this is Jim Zombel, Mike Henderson, back to the state tournament. And cool as anything, Chad Koima sinks his second free throw, so now Western Christian has a 10-point lead over Pella Christian. And the Eagles have only 2 points so far. It's a 12-2 ball game. Eagles with the game, and Pothoven comes in underneath, tries to pop it up there, can't do it. They fight for the rebound. And once again, Western Christian of Hull wins that battle. Ross Downer takes it. Right now, they look just like a stronger team out there, Mike.
Just a little more physical, Jim, all the way around.
And now it's the guy who took the rebound, Ross Dalma, back again, and he kicks it in along the baseline, and they try to go up for the shot. Once again, a foul is called on Pella Christian. They're getting tired of this. Joel Mulder trying to drive the baseline. No, Koima will shoot it. Koima was trying to drive. He was down there with Mulder. And the foul is called on Pella Christian on the Eagles with 3:40 left to play in the first quarter. Totally dominated so far by Chad Koima.
Koima and Mulder have 11 now of the Indians' 13 points.
Right, and he hits his free throw. The foul, I think, was on Klein. They're supposed to here. Hull Western Christian 13 and Pella Christian 2.
I'm Mark Keating. We'll see whatever comes up on the board. I don't think anything's ever coming up.
Well, no, they're not doing a very good job of covering it on the board. Second free throw is missed, and Klein with a shot. Finally, they get their second bucket. Little jump shot from the right side of the lane by Klein. Puts it through 13-4. Hull Western Christian with the lead, and coming right back here and zipping the net is Joel Mulder. A three-point shot by Mulder. Well, that's not exactly matching baskets. No. Western Christian 16, Pella Christian 4. Pothoven comes barreling down the lane, and he is fouled by number 31, Bacher.
Bacher's done an outstanding job coming off the bench because Kleiman was their leader coming in. He was the only returning starter, got in foul trouble early. Boxing come in and just done a real fine job.
Well, they just methodically kind of slice you to pieces, don't they?
Oh, they sure do. And Western teams have historically been very good down here. And, you know, they lost out in that really heartbreaker a year ago when Chad Kavars hit a shot at the buzzer, 1 second left for St. Albert. Cost us the championship, came back and got third. I think they dedicated themselves to this year.
Kind of like the Paulina team in the same vicinity. All right, Ponthoven will be at the free throw line now. And that's only Pella Christian's 5th point as Ponthoven hits a free throw. Hall, Western Christian 16, Pella Christian 5. Second shot is up by Ponthoven, it's good. And it's a 10-point ball game. Western Christian with the basketball as they come down. Mulder takes it, they try to two-time him. He whips the ball over to Van Essen. And now they're working around the ring looking for the open shot if they can find it, but they can obviously hit that outside rim too. Okay, and now they get it inside, and the jump shot is no good. Jump shot attempted down there by Steve Bootsma. A late entry to the ball game. Here is Ponthoven. Shot is blocked by Bootsma, and a foul is called on Joel Mulder. Christian leading 16-6. They post that foul, and that's foul number 1. Coming back into the lineup now for Western Christian, we have number 45, Ross Dalma, and number 33, Chad Coyman. And at the free throw line, it's going to be number 14, Eric Ponthoven. He shoots it good. He has a beautiful free throw, doesn't he?
Oh, he sure does, Jim, and of course, he was there a lot in the opening round win. 10 of 12 from the line. Tuesday night, wasn't it?
Yeah,
they run together after
10 of 12. He's an 80% free throw, so that's about right, I would say. He has now 4 straight free throws, but Hull Western Christian has doubled the score here, 16-8. And the ball is bounced off of Klein's leg and goes out of bounds. It'll be played in by number 45, Ross Dalma.
So we've seen one change. Pella Christian starting to play with some confidence now, Jim. The largest deficit was 12. They've got it out again.
All right, and now out of the backcourt come the Indians, and they're trying to work the trap. They can't quite do it. Somebody's got to be open when they come with 2 and 3 men on you, but they don't take advantage of it. And now it's the Indians with the ball in forecourt. Hull Western Christian with the ball and the lead against the 2-3 zone defense. Back on in front again. Dalma with it, back to Dalma. Dalma tries for 3, can't get it. Ball deflects down. Picked up on the rebound by Todd Coyman, and now coming in for a shot. A foul call on Pella Christian. Attempting that shot was Tim Reckman. And contact on the shot with Hull Western Christian leading 16-8. Well, no, not Reckman, but Coyman. Todd Coyman will be at the free throw line. He's 5 feet 10, 160. A senior, 72% free thrower. He will be at the free throw line. His shot is good. Hull Western Christian leading 17-8. Eagles of Pella Christian against the Indians of Western Christian. Second shot is good. They are deadly at the free throw line. 18-8 is the score. 10-point margin again for Hull Western Christian. And out of the backcourt, Klein with the basketball over to Ponthoven. They've scored only 8 points so far, Pella Christian. Now we have the guy that was so sensational when he came off the bench, Brad Wienia, in their victory over Regis, number 30. Here's Wienia, goes over to Ponthoven. Ponthoven now, they collide with him and a foul on number 45, Ross Dalma. Foul on Dalma. And at the free throw line is going to be Ponthoven. 1:46 to play in the first quarter. Shot is up and good. Both teams hitting their free throws. Ponthoven goes there again. And he can make it an 8-point ball game. Eric Ponthoven. 1:46 to play in the first quarter. Shot good. And it's an 18-10 lead. Hull Western Christian with the basketball. Down court. They come with it over to Ross Dalma. Dalma on the dribble. Tightly guarded. They come out with a man-to-man pressure defense. Now around the top. Heath Oosterneek has come in. Goes into the deep corner, back to Oosterneek again. Back on the front, here's Oosterneek with it. Wide open shot here, no good. Attempted by Chad Klima. And the rebound is taken by Eric Bonhoven. Goes into the deep left corner, Wienia rather, in along the baseline. A charging foul on Wienia, on Brad Wienia. Boy, he was so effective, wasn't he, Mike, the other day against Cedar Rapids Regis?
He played so well. He had 15 points, 8 attempts from the line, 3 or 4 from the field. You can't improve too much on that.
All right, and now it's going to be Hall Western Christian moving the ball out of the backcourt there in their dark uniform. Colors of both teams, maroon and white.
Well, Casey's attempting to give a little more quickness in their lineup. But Tracy Vandermolen is going with a 3-guard set.
All right, and now it's Oosterneek with the basketball. Whips it across the line here for the Indians. They have it in forecourt. Oosterneek out in front here. He's 5 feet 10, 165 and a junior. Oosterneek back on the left side. Over to Ross Dowma. Back to Oosterneek again. Guarded by Wienia. Throws it into the corner. They work it back out. And Ross Dowma with it and goes into the middle. The ball is stripped away and it's loose. Picked back up again by Hull. Western Christian with it, and they're going to call a foul on number 42 down there. And that is Thielman. Chad Thielman. His sister was a state last week, wasn't she?
Right. Western Christian, Jim, is showing that they think they have a depth advantage over Pella Christian, already using 10 players, while Pella Christian has used 7.
And, of course, that may tell in the final standings here in terms of endurance and fatigue. The free throw line for the Maroons of Western Christian. Number 45 is Ross Dowma. He hits the free throw. He hits this one. They'll double the score once again and have a 10-point lead. 38 seconds to play in the first quarter. Second shot is no good. Wienia with a rebound. Over to Bonhoven. Comes down, circles around, comes back out again. Now they go into what amounts to kind of a 4 corners operation out there. Down by 9 points. They need to get something on the board. They're trying to drive in, kick the ball back out again. All right, back out. Vandermolen, number 10 with the ball. They 3-time him. He gets rid of it over to Bonhoven. We're down to 11 seconds left to play in the first quarter, and the ball goes out of bounds. Tracy Vandermolen leaped for it, could not take the pass. It goes over his head.
Interestingly, there with the last 10 seconds of the quarter, Western went into a half-court all-out pressure zone press.
All right, and now with 4 seconds left to go, and the shot is good, a 3-pointer from way outside the 3-point line. A 3-point shot by Ross Dowma. Woo! Second one he's made, and that one came from downtown Ankeny, I think. As he pops it in just as the horn sounds. Hull Western Christian 22, Pella Christian 10, and we'll be back right after this. Start the second quarter. Hull Western Christian leading 22-10. And here's the ball. Vandermolen back over. Now around the horn it goes, and we have a 3-point attempt out there made. And we got a foul too called on Pella Christian as they tried a 3-pointer from way outside by Brent Keating. And at the same time, a foul pushing off was called underneath, and that'll be on Klein. So a double deficit there, Mike. You don't make the shot and they get called for a foul.
A big 3-pointer in that first quarter, Jim. Surprise, almost a panic press by Western Christian paid off. with Ross Downman's, what was it, 25, 27?
Oh, yeah, I would say so. Be a good college long jump, I think.
Yes.
At the free throw line, the shot is good for Hall Western Christian by Van Essen. He gets another one here. Hall just completely dominating this Western Christian. And they now lead by 14, 24-10. Both free throws are good. Eric Pothoven over to Vandermolen. Here's Pothoven with it to come out and pressure the ball. Vandermolen whips it in under. Wide open shot this time as they execute beautifully that pass into Van Gorp. He lays it through, and Western Christian, or Hull, now with the basketball after Pella Christian scores, making it Western Christian of Hull 24, Pella Christian 12. Eagles now on defense as the Indians have the ball. A shot, first one is no good, second one is good by Dave Van Essen. Dave Van Essen working on that one, put through the rebound shot, 26-12. Western Christian of Hull has the lead. Bounce pass over to Pothoven, and here's Pella Christian. He comes down off the bracket too hard, and the rebound taken by Western Christian. Down court with the basketball on the dribble. Dave Bacher lopped it off on the left side to Koyman. Goes inside, and it's going to be a charge. No question about that. Dave Van Essen just ran right over Klein. And so they call a charge on him. 5 fouls each way. It's been a pretty rugged ballgame so far.
Well, it sure has, Jim. And in the start, I think throughout the ballgame, Western Christian's been a little more aggressive and a little stronger physically. They start out the game, Chad Koyman seems to take control underneath. Now of late, it's been Dave Van Essen who's just going to the bench for a rest.
Here's Eric Pothoven with the basketball now as it comes down for Pella Christian. Pothoven with it over to Vandermolen, and the ball is knocked out of bounds. Hall Western Christian coming out pressuring the ball a lot with their defense. Joel Boulder caught a piece of the ball and knocked it out of bounds. Ball inbounded now by Pothoven, goes to his left. Basically, they're playing a 2-3 zone, but they do come out and confront the basketball and try to clog up the passing lanes. Here's Vandermolen, goes inside to Van Gorp, back again to Pothoven. Pothoven tries to force the shot up, but he travels. Pothoven down the lane that time, and he was confronted by Todd Koyman. And he traveled with the ball before he put the ball up. It did go through the hoop, but it won't count.
Just had a great defense by Koyman.
26-12. Hall Western Christian with the lead in the ball, playing with a lot of confidence out there. Todd Koyman, their playmaking guard, 5 feet 10 and a senior. Here he is down on the right side, and another three-point attempt is put up there, no good by Ross Dalva. The rebound picked up by Pella Christian. Down court with the basketball, Pothoven. Lobs it into the corner, in along the baseline, and trying to get it amongst those tall threes, and they can't do it. They lose the ball again. Taken away by Todd Koyman. There's a lot of defense there on the inside. Okay, here's Hall Western Christian with the basketball. Back out again to Koyman. He's open, shoots, scores. A three-pointer for Todd Koyman. Right in front of it. That's the third three-pointer now for Hall Western Christian. And they are on their way to tripling the score here. Here's Klein with the basketball, tries to put it in and can't do it. For Pella Christian, the ball rims out. And picking it up on the rebound, there's Chad Koyman. Ball deflected and taken again, goes into the middle and now back to the outside, and Hall Western Christian with it, a little bank shot off the glass. Attempted on a push shot by Ross Dalman, no good. Rebound taken by Pella Christian. The Eagles trail 29-12. Here's a shot from the corner. A three-point attempt is no good by Van Molen, and another one by Van Essen is no good underneath. The follow-through shot is no good. Finally, the third time around is no good, and they're going to call a foul. Boy, I guess when you stand underneath there that long, Van Gorp, Klein, Vandermolen, and everybody getting a chance to shoot, and so Van Gorp is fouled.
I tell you, who fouled if I knew when the whistle blew, Jim? We have so much noise going on. I don't know if it was on the first shot, the second shot, the third shot, or even the fourth shot.
Well, talking about a team, you know, Western Christian's been doing a great job of rebounding, but that time, Pella Christian got 4 attempts at it. I think it's going to be on Chad Koyman. It is. Number 33, Chad Koyman charged with a foul. Number 52, Mark Van Gorp for Pella Christian Eagles will be at the free throw line with 2. His shot is up and in. Boy, they're finding points that are hard to come by there, aren't they?
Well, they sure are, Jim. For a team that averages 74.6 a game, they're a little frustrated by it.
Second shot is good. And it's now 29-14. Western Christian with the lead and the ball. Long pass takes it down court. as they crack the press and a bounce pass underneath. And I don't know where he came from, but Brent Keating just came tearing down court after they held 3 men back and swatted the ball out of bounds. So it's going to be Hall Western Christian with possession along their offensive baseline, leading 29-14. Western Christian, a little alley-oop pass in there that almost goes out of control. Now they get it back out to Ross Dalma. Dalma with the ball, and over on the left side, they work it around the perimeter. Down the lane and an under, and we got traveling calls. As they got a little bit too fancy that time, trying to get the ball into Dave Bacher, trying to get the ball in, we should say, to Joel Mulder. And he's called for traveling, so 4:24 left to go in the first half. Pella Christian trying to get their act together, trying to get into this game. They really have not been in it. Gay Wienia with the ball for Pella Christian. Long pass back out of front. And it along the baseline. Their shot is good. They're trying to open up that offense and spread the defense. That was Brent Keating coming down the baseline and laying it through. 29-16. Western Christian with the lead and also with the ball out there. They're just trying to pull that 1-2-2 zone defense away so they can operate in along the baseline. Here's Bacher with the basketball. Drives in. Pass is knocked out of bounds and touched. No, touched, they say, by Western Christian, so it's going to be played in by Pella Christian.
Man, that's some got his hand in there, Jim. That time, Bacher had exactly the right idea. Joe Mulder was open under the basket, but he had been there a little too long waving, and it telegraphed the pass.
All right, the fans have not left them. Pella Christian coming down to the cheers of the people on the north side of the auditorium here. And here is Pothoven. Pothoven with the basketball. Bounce pass to Van Gorp. Back again, Van Gorp with it to Klein. Here's Klein, stands out there. Van Gorp takes it over to Wienia. Wienia drives partway in, back top of the circle. Klein shoots it, can't get it. And the ball tapped around like volleyball, but it comes down into the hands of Ross Dalma. Retrieves it. So Hall Western Christian leading 29-16, and they have the ball. Over to Ross Dalma. Back again into the left corner to Koima. In along the baseline. A shot up there. No good. Attempted by Van Essen. And the rebound is picked up by Pella Christian. The Eagles have it. Coming down with it, Eric Pothoven. Bounce pass into the corner to Wienia. Brad Wienia drives in. Kicks it back out. Klein. Little jumper. Good. Klein taking a nice feed from Wienia. Pops it through. And we have an 11-point ball game now.
All they need to do is get it to less than double figures by halftime, Jim. They don't need to come back all at once.
All right, now here's Western Christian with the ball in along the baseline, back out in front to Koima. And it goes into the corner, and trying a three-pointer. It's good by Mulder. Joel Mulder. 4 3-pointers right now for Western Christian. And that'll drive a nail right through you. Hall Western Christian 32, Pella 18. Just when you think you're making progress, when they come out with a three-pointer, as they've done on 4 occasions here. Wienia with the ball. The Pothoven tries a three-pointer. Can't get it to go. Rebound taken by Dave Van Essen of Western Christian. Over to Todd Kleiman. Kleiman goes one up there. It's no good. I don't know if he was feeding or shooting at that time, but out of control. Pothoven comes all the way down, and he's fouled by Todd Kleiman.
That's 3 on Kleiman, which could hurt.
Todd Kleiman. We have Todd Kleiman, K-O-O-I-M-A-N, and Chad Kleiman, K-O-O-I-M-A. And he's going to go to the bench. And coming in to replace him now is Deep Oosterning.
He looks like the little Dutch boy, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
He really does.
He could be on the can of vinegar, remember what I used to have in the kitchen? All right, and now at the free throw line, Pothoven makes his first free throw. 1:47 left to play in the first half, and he makes his second free throw, and it's now 32-20, a 12-point lead for Western Christian at home. Well, they play defense, they play offense, they do it all. Now, Western Christian with the ball, and they're going against a 1-2-2 zone. Out to Chad Kleiman. Over the right side to Oosterning. Back again into the corner. Wide open shot for 2 by number 41, Tim Letman. 34-20. Hall Western Christian leading by 14. 1:17 to play in the half. Weenie with the ball. Brad Weenie goes over to Pothoven. Back to Weenie down the lane. Just it up there. No good. They try to tap it in. No good. Play a little volleyball with it. And finally, we have a foul coming up on number 41, Tim Retman. Retman charged with a foul, number 41. And at the free throw line, that's going to be Chad Dielman.
What an impressive display of both offense and defense by Western Christian in the first half. Totally dominated Jim. Better everything in the game.
That's right. Dielman at the free throw line. He shoots it in good.
Would it not be for a 8, 10, 11, or 11 performance in the line, this thing could be out of hand.
Yeah, it really could. So much that they control. All Western Christian 34, Pella Christian 21. Second one is up there, and it's now 34-22. That shot is good. But the Indians of Northwest Iowa really in control of this thing as they bring the ball down. Mulder with it. Bounce pass over on the left side over to Dalma. Now they go around the horn. 1-2-2 defense being used by Pella Christian. They're just out in front of it. They're taking some time off the clock. And now they go on the inside. It's a wide open shot here by Koima. He can't make it. The ball comes down, rebounded by the Eagles of Pella Christian. They have it. Okay, Pothoven with it off the Klein. Goes down the middle, and a beautiful play that time. Mark Van Gorp coming right down the middle, right down the paint. Puts it up there. And so we have a 10-point ball game. All Western Christian 34, Pella Christian 24. We're down to 20 seconds to play in the first half. And now they finally bring that defense out. Basically a 1-2-2 zone. And here's Koima with the ball. Bounce pass to Osterning. Osterning with it. Kicks it off into the corner. It goes out of bounds. Whoa! Tim Retman couldn't reach it. So they need 6 seconds to play. And they got a chance to make this a 7-point or 8-point ball game. Down court with the basketball now. Here comes Pothoven. Pothoven down there. He shoots it. It's no good. And they can't get the alley-oop out of it either. As Pothoven trying to hit Mark Van Gorp. And time ran out on him. And so the halftime score is Hull. Western Christian 34. Pella Christian 24. Back after this. Halftime of the Pella Christian, the Battle of the Dutchman, I guess we could say. All Western Christian leading 34-24. Mike, let's have the scoring.
Well, Jim, it's the closest it's been since the 2-minute mark in the first half, so they did come part way back. For Pella Christian, they're 24 points. The leaders with 8 points each. Eric Pothoven, all 8 of his came on a perfect night from the free throw line. Brian Klein also with 8. Brent Geetings has 6, and Chad Dielman has 2 off the bench. For Western Christian, they're 34, great balance. 8 points from Dave Van Essen, 7 Chad Koima, 6 each from Joel Mulder and Ross Dalma, 5 for Todd Koiman, 2 for Tim Rotman.
All right, thank you, Mike Henderson, and we'll be back with a special halftime guest, the coach of the winning Forest City team, right after this. Thank you very much, and we're back up here in halftime in that first game tonight. Forest City with a record of 22-1, now is 23-1, as Forest City came out and defeated Washington by a score of 67-55, opening up a very tight ball game, tied at 34 at halftime and winning it 67-55 with 4 men in double figures. But who better to tell us about it than Coach Bob Helmer? Bob, congratulations to your team.
Well, thank you, Jim. We came out and we played very tough defense in the second half, and our offense was able to continue to score at least at a moderate rate, so we got the lead, and once we had the lead, the pressure was on them, and I think we had the advantage there down the stretch.
Well, you have a guy, number 55, Jason Meckelberg, that all the college coaches, we saw a lot of 1A coaches around here have their eye on this big guy, 6'9". They put the clamp on him a little bit, but of course that's okay with you if you can get your other guys to do the scoring, right?
Well, all year we've been able to take what the defense will give us. We've got some good outside shooters. We've got 3 kids that can hit that 3-point shot, and for the season they're hitting The worst one is hitting 36%, which is still pretty good, and the best one's hitting almost 50%. So if the team plays zone, we're just going to take the open shot whenever we get it, and if they sag back in, we're going to get one. If they pull that zone out, then we'll try and take it inside. If they play man, we'll try and take it inside.
Well, you're going to have to play one of these guys you're seeing out there tonight, and that Western Christian of Hull just looks devastating, don't they?
Yes, they do. They've looked devastating every time.
Maybe you should have gone back to your hotel or gone home or something.
Well, that's all right. We have to know a little bit of what they do. We thought Washington looked devastating the other day. They scored 94 points, and we were really stunned by that. So we're just happy to be around for the last dance, I guess, Saturday night, and we'll do what we can when the time comes.
Well, it'll be a heck of a 2A confrontation. We know that. Tell us a little bit about how your team has gone. Obviously, you've had more ups than downs because you've lost only one game. When was that, and who was that to?
Well, Mason City, a 3A school, a good 3A school, beat us shortly after Christmas. We were 10-0 at the time. We fell 26 behind it at 1 point in the second quarter. We got it back to where it was 14 at the end of the ball game, and I thought from the middle of the second quarter on we played pretty good basketball. But one thing that game did was to show us our weakness. 20-25, sometimes you're not doing some things good, but you don't really notice it, or the kids, it's hard for them to realize you're doing some things badly. After that ball game, we could show them on the film where some things we had to improve on, and boy, we've really worked at it, and I'll tell you, we play awfully hard, and we're just happy to be where we are.
All right, Bob, we'll be back with more with the coach of Forest City, Bob Helmer, right after this. All right, we're back up here at the auditorium, and we're talking with Bob Helmer. He's the coach of Forest City. Forest City won the first game over Washington 67-55 of the semifinals tonight, and they'll play the winner of this game, either Pella Christian or Western Christian of Hull. Whoever you play, they're going to have a lot of Dutch names on there, aren't they?
Yes, they are, and they're big, and they're rugged, and it's going to be one heck of a ball game.
I wanted to ask you, as you analyze it through a coach's eyes, what's the secret of success for this Western Christian team? They just kind of methodically overpower you, pull you apart. They shoot 4 3-pointers, and yet they got a power game on the inside, and they've held Pella to 24 points.
I'll tell you, it's tough. They've got, like you said, they've got a good inside game. They've got a lot of shooters. They also have great depth. They can bring people off that bench who are good players, too. One thing that makes their defense so tough, you can't reverse the ball. They're out there in the passing lanes. You should be able to go inside, but you go inside, now you're facing their big horses in there, and it's a real tough job. We'll just watch the second half, and then we'll try and figure something out.
What is there about 2A and 1A ball? You know, traditionally through the years, the Paulinas, the Sioux Centers, the Morris Orange Cities, and now this Hull Western Christian outfit, that size school really seems to play the best in that class of just about anybody in the state.
Yes, they do, and a lot of it's their schedule. They play a lot of 3A teams through the year, and that toughens them up. And this year, I know coming in the tournaments, I thought I read where they were 11-1 against 3A schools. So, they've got a tough schedule, and they're poised, and they've had a history of success, and it's going to be a tough ball game every time you're up against them.
Well, you do too, and you got one of the premier players in the state, Jason Meckelberg. Where's he going to go? 6'9".
Well, I don't think Jason has decided what he's going to do yet. He's been a lot of interest in him and a few concrete offers, but he's waiting to see. And what he's interested in doing now is playing that season out and go from there. He's a great student, Jim. I don't know whether you know this or not. He's going to receive an award as part of the All-State academic team at halftime of our game Saturday. He's got a 33 ACT score, and he's number 1 in his class with a 4-point average. So he's going to make someone a good catch from a standpoint. They're going to have a sound athlete, a sound student athlete in their program.
Won't have to worry about him in the classroom.
That's right.
Coach, good luck to you. You've gone a long way here, and you're in the championship game. That's all you can ask.
That's all we're going to ask right now. Thank you, Jim.
Good luck to you. Bob Helmer, the coach of Forest City, back right after this. All right, heading into the second half, and interesting chat there with Bob Helmer, Mike. He said, I don't know whether I should be watching this or not, but I got to scout him.
Well, it's kind of a horror story if a team's got to play. Either one of these teams next, but it kind of looks like Western Christian at this point. Awfully impressive first half. Only the free throw shooting at Pella Christian, even within shooting distance.
All right, here we go now, starting the second half of action. And it is Pella Christian with the ball. They try a shot, it's no good. And Chad Koima picks up the rebound for Western Christian of Hull. Western Christian now with the basketball in forecourt as they bring it down. And the shot is up there. It's no good. So the rebound picked off by Pella. Okay, now going over the far side. Pella with the ball with a jump shot by Klein is good. Klein nails one. Brian Klein. 34-26. At least it's a little bit closer. Joel Mulder with the ball. And Pella coming out harassing the ball a lot more than they were in the first half. Really putting some pressure on it. Ross Dalma with it. Here's Dalma. Bounce pass takes it over to Koyman. Koyman. They tried to get it inside and the ball is just ripped away from Dave Van Essen. And now here's Eric Pothoven with the ball. Pothoven dished it off into the corner and a bad pass there by Klein. Klein can't hold on to a pass, I should say. Wasn't his fault. Ball comes down and a shot is up and traveling is called on Joel Mulder. Travel on Joel Mulder. Shot is no good for Western Christian, so right away Pella Christian missed a golden opportunity down there, Mike.
Well, they sure did, Jim. First half we mentioned, Pella Christian had awful trouble from the field. 6 of 24, 25%. They reversed on the sheet. If there's 12 of 12 free throws, it kept them in. They had 13 rebounds, out-rebounded by Hull Western 19.
Okay, Pothoven tries the shot. It's no good. Comes out on the rebound and right down court. Here's Todd Koyman with the ball for Hull Western Christian. Koyman with it. Back over on the far side to Dalma. Dalma drives halfway in. Circles. Comes back out again. Here's Mulder coming down. Shot is up and good. Joel Mulder just pops it right through. He's got it from every place. That one just came right from the paint. Hull leading by a score of 36-26. Klein with the ball for Pella Christian. Back out in front again. Vandermolen over on the left side to Van Gorp. Here's Vandermolen with it. Does a complete pivot. Kicks it back out again to Pothoven. And Pothoven down the lane with the ball. Shovels it up there. No good. Follow-through shot. No good. Another one is no good. And now we got a foul coming up on Western Christian on the Indians. Third time was a charm there. Still didn't get the shot to drop, but got a foul, and he'll go to the free throw line. Foul is on Dave Van Essen, number 51.
Yeah, Eric Pothoven keep his free throw string alive. He had 8 points in the first half, all on free throws where he was perfect.
Well, he's going to narrow down this 10-point lead that Western Christian of Hull holds at the present time with 5:36 left to go in the third period. A big crowd down there tonight. I'd estimate, what, 8,000, 9,000?
I think when everybody was there for the first game, Jim, it might top 10.
All right, and the free throw line is Eric Pothoven. He shoots and scores. Keeps his free throw string going. Trying to make an 8-point game out of this again. 36-27 right now. Shot is up, and it's good. Boy, it's all net. No monkey business about that. And so now an 8-point lead, and it is Pella Christian coming out to pressure the ball. And they force a jump. And possession, however, will be in favor of Western Christian. So they get the ball right back again.
The pressure's been very effective, though. They got to think. And even though he didn't get the turnover in the ball, Jim,
well, they're going to get it
effective too.
They'll get it the next time. Here's Todd Koyman with it. Koyman comes down in front. Back to Ross Dalma. Or to Mulder. Here's Mulder. Drives in. Pass is blocked. Kicks it back on. Goes in top of the circle. Here's a jump shot. 18-footer. Beauty by Ross Dalma. Boy, he goes up for that shot. He throws himself into it. Beautiful follow through. Hull Western Christian 38 and Pella Christian 28. 5 minutes to play in the third period. Eric Pothoven. Bounce pass over to Vandermolen. Top of the circle to Klein. Klein drives down. One-handed quick shot is good, and he's fouled. Well, that's the break they've been looking for. Some way to get beyond just matching baskets. And right now, Klein will go to the free throw line with a chance to make this a 7-point ball game.
Well, they haven't been within 8, Jim, since 8-2, and that was a long time ago, about the 5.5-minute mark in the first quarter.
At the free throw line is going to be Ryan Klein. 74.6 free throws. At the line, the shot is up and in. And it's now 38-31 in favor of Western Christian of Hull. And directing traffic down there is Todd Koyman. Koyman over to Van Essen. Van Essen fast breaks. Back around the ring again, and as the defense forms back there, Ross Dalma. Here's a three-point shot. Good by Todd Coyman, 5 3-point shots. Just when you think you got these guys, they come streaming back out again with a 3-pointer by Todd Coyman. Ball on the inside to Mark Van Gorp, and back out again. Here's a 3-pointer right back again by Vandermolen. Now they're going to call it a 2-pointer. A 2-pointer by Vandermolen, and now coming back out, Mulder tries one, no good. The ball rims out. Who's going to get it? And it is a save. A great save made on the ball by Geeting. And fast break time for Pothoven. Pothoven comes down, passes line. Long baseline shot is no good. They fight for the rebound, and it's taken away. Almost stolen by Vandermolen, but Hull Western Christian with the ball, and they drive down, layup shot is good. A twisting layup shot by Joel Mulder. Hull Western Christian keeps that 10-point pad in there, 43-33. Across the line, Pothoven. Pothoven drives to the left, comes in along the baseline, lays it up there good. Boy, that was a sneaky move by him, wasn't it?
Right, his first field goal of the game, Jim.
43-35. Hull Western Christian with the lead. They have the ball. And the guys in the maroon uniforms going to the east basket to our right here. Letterman's Auditorium in the one. Todd Coyman on the left side, in along the baseline. A jump shot is up and in. Dave Van Essen. They just kind of pick you apart. Dave Van Essen shoots and scores. And now a violation apparently on the throw-in.
Looks like Vandermolen stepped over the line, Jim. Dangerous time to have it, too. Great balance for Western Christian.
Yeah.
Mulder and Van Essen 10 each. Dalman and Coyman with 7. Coyman with 8.
Right now it's Hull Western Christian with the ball after a miscue by Pella Christian. And trying to get it in there. Can't do it. Back out again to Van Essen. And out in front. Back again as they put the ball to Mulder now in the deep right corner. Out in front again to Boxer. Here's Boxer. He comes down the lane. Tries the shot. No good. Rebound shot is up and in. Quick move there by Van Essen as he puts it through. Western Christian now leading by 12. 47-35. Pothoven with the basketball. Goes to the right side as they set the pick. Tries to drive in and around, and they're going to call a blocking foul on number 31, Dave Bacher.
Has to be very discouraging to the Pella Christian Eagles, Jim. They played very well in this halftime, and they're actually 2 points further behind than they were coming in.
I know, that's amazing. Just the harder they try, but you just can't make even one little mistake against these guys, and they'll cash in for 2 or 3 points. And now here's Pothoven, a 3-pointer. Eric Pothoven stands out there. Nobody guards him, so he puts it away. And it's a 9-point game. Hull Western Christian 47, Pella Christian 38. Here's Hull with the basketball. Out in front now. Goes to Ross Dalman. Dalman with it. Kicks it back out in front to Mulder. And now out to Bacher. They come inside, and the shot is no good. Attempted by Van Essen. Rebound taken by Pella. Chance to get this down to 7 or 6. Pothoven to Wienia. He shoots it. It is no good. The ball pops out. Rebound shot is good. And a foul is called on Hull Western Christian. Shot is good by Pella Christian. Given credit for that is Brent Keating. Boy, a big play there, Mike.
Oh, yeah, that's a momentum turner, Jim. And then they got the big foul on Coyman. I'll go along with it.
Foul number 2 on Stan Coyman. And this place is going wild.
I don't know what you said. I assume it was something like this place is going wild, because I can't hear you, Jim.
That's what I said. The place is going wild. It's almost quieter when you take your headphones off. Shot at the free throw line is good by Geeting, and we have a 6-point game here. Oh, Western Christian 47, Pella Christian 41. Not going to be the walk-away that it looked like it might be a little bit earlier. And now the ball goes out of bounds. Todd Coyman under pressure couldn't handle the ball. Went out of bounds. And Pella Christian gets it on a turnover. And Hull Western Christian wants a timeout. We'll be back after this. the ball game here, as they say. And Pella Christian now right back in it, trailing by only 6 points. They were down by 14, 50. And here's Wienia with the ball. Goes into the deep right corner for Pella Christian. Lobs it back out. Coming down the lane. Back again it goes to Klein. He tries one. No good. Kind of an ill-advised shot there. Van Essen with the rebound now for Hull Western Christian with a minute to play in the third period. Todd Koyman whips a pass into the deep corner to Mulder. Here's Mulder with it. Back over to Koyman. Now back over to Dauman. Mulder to Dauman. Clock running down to 40 seconds. Koyman to Mulder. Mulder in along the baseline. Pass is blocked. Back out. Back again to Mulder. Mulder bounce passes inside. And a reverse layup is good by Chad Koyman. Chad Koyman on a reverse layup shot. Very difficult maneuver right underneath the basket. And it's now 49 to 41 in favor of Hull Western Christian. 14 seconds to go in the first half. All right, we're down to 10 seconds. And Pella with a basketball. They're going to shoot it pretty soon. And the shot is good. A three-pointer by Eric Pothoven from way out in front. 3 feet beyond the three-point marker. And you talk about momentum. We're down to a 5-point game right now. Hull Western Christian 49, Pella Christian 44. Hang on to your hats. We'll be back right after this. Join the action up here. It is Pella Christian with possession of the ball, and a shot by Klein is no good, but Mike, he is fouled by Koyman, and that is, or Koyman rather, and that is foul number 4, I think, on Todd Koyman. It is.
Yeah, you jam with the alternate institution. Of course, they made the three-pointer right at the buzzer, but get the ball right back again.
Okay, and at the free throw line, it's Klein. He pops it through.
They're still perfect with 16 free throws in a row.
Boy, when they look back on this, if they should win it, that's where they're going to give credit to the free throw line. 74% free thrower. Shot is no good this time. First one they've missed, and who's going to get it? And it is taken. Almost was out of bounds, but Western Christian gets the basketball. Western Christian of Hull with the ball. Backer with it. Throws inside, and the shot is up and in by Chad Koyman. Boy, jump shot is no good for the free throw liner from the baseline, and now he goes up and fouled. Wienia is fouled by number 51, Dave Van Essen. That's 4 fouls on Van Essen. So that could be trouble for the Indians.
It sure could. Just a great job of following his own shot by Brad Wienia. Maybe hasn't had the numbers he had in the first round game, but has still played very well this season.
Brad Wienia will now be at the line. Throws his name, W-Y-N-J-A. Shot no good. Brad Wienia at the free throw line. He can make this a 5-point ball game again. Wienia takes his time out there. Deafening noise here tonight. Shot is no good. Pops out halfway through and then comes out. Boy, the instability of free throw shooting is something that decides ball games quite obviously. And right now, Western Christian with a shot underneath. It's no good. That one attempted by Bacher, and the rebound is taken by Pella Christian. Okay, here's Pothoven with it. Back out in front. Pothoven looks, goes over to the right side. He looks like he's got eyes now for a three-pointer, no? starts to drive in along the baseline. They get him planked in there, and Klein with the basketball out in front. Back to Pothoven. He's open. He shoots it. It won't go in. The ball is loose, and a foul is going to be called for pushing off on Pella Christian. It's on Brad Wienia. Boy, remember how deadly he was with his free throw shooting against Cedar Rapids Regis?
Yeah, he was 8 of 10 that night. Pothoven just continues to impress with his coolness for a sophomore, Jim. Doesn't rush anything, either passing or shooting.
All right, now the guys from Northwest Iowa bring the ball down. Pella Western Christian leading 51-45 in a nail-biter out here. Back out in front, down lane. Bacher shoots it. It's good. Dave Bacher. 53-45. Hall Western Christian opens up that lead again. Pothoven. And they want a timeout on the Pella Christian bench. And we'll be back right after this. Coming right down the stretch drive here with Hall Western Christian leading 53-45. Pella Christian with the ball. Klein tries to look for a shot. He's fouled. Who's that foul going to be on? Botsma? Butzma.
He's the replacement for Dave Van Essen, who's on the bench with 4 fouls.
Klein will now go to the free throw line. Ryan Klein spells his name Cale Wynyan. 74%, 74.6 actually. And the shot is no good.
Well, they've all of a sudden got cold at the line, Jim, after hitting their first 16 in a row. They've now missed 4 straight.
A little sign of fatigue there, don't you think?
I think they had to work so hard getting back in, Jim, that is a fact.
Yeah, the shot is no good. They missed 4 straight free throws, and now Botsma with the rebound. And here's Hall Western Christian. Now coming down court, trying to make a 10-point lead out of this thing. Botsma in underneath, kicks it back out. And they work it over to Koyman and into the corner. And here's Mulder shooting a 3-point attempt. It's no good. And we got a charging foul called on the big guy down there. Steve Butzma, 6'7", 190, a junior.
That's already his 3rd foul. He hasn't been in there very long.
No, he hasn't. A lot of juniors on this team, Mike, on the bench. All right, 53-45. Pella on the short end. Pella Christian with the basketball. Wienia with it. Bounce passes into the corner. Cross-court pass over to Pothoven. Now down to Wienia and back to Pothoven again. Pothoven's open. 3-point shot is good. Eric Pothoven. Calm as anything. We got a 5-point game again. Hall Western Christian 53. Pella Christian 48. Western Christian with the ball. Mulder. The ball is slapped out of bounds by Geeding. Boy, the crowd going crazy now.
Here comes the floor leader back, Todd Koyman. Despite having 4 fouls, they need him in there to run the offense.
Right, Eric Pothoven has 21 points already. Hall Western Christian 53, Pella Christian 48, and here's Mulder with the ball. Looks in the box, Koyman tries a 3-pointer, no good. Off the bracket, the rebound is taken by Pella Christian. They have a chance to cut this to 3. Van Gorp with the basketball. Now back over it goes. A lead pass underneath the Klein. His shot is no good. Dances around in the ring. Came so close but won't go through. And Van Essen takes the rebound. Or rather, I should say Koyman takes the rebound. Here's Koyman with it. Koyman back and the ball slapped around. Jump shot no good. Fossil on the rebound is taken by Van Gorp. Pella Christian with the rebound. As they come down trying to cut it to 3. Wiener shoots it. No good. Offside rebound is taken and put it back up there. It's still no good. They fight for it. That time Giddings tried to put it back up and through, but he was outreached by Koima, who got the ball away from him. What a finish to this one. All right, now the near side is Faulkner with the ball and reaching in foul called on Pothoven. Pothoven, they can afford to give away a few fouls, though, because that's only the first one they've committed.
And they might get to the point where they need to make a couple pretty fast just to get to the free throw line.
That's right.
That's only the second team.
Sometimes you don't want them to have possession. You want them to go to the free throw line so you can get the ball back. Here is Koiman with the basketball. Koiman back out in front, guarded by Pothoven. Goes over on the left side. Around the ring it goes over to Dalma. And a shot by Dalma. No good. He can't hit the shot. And a rebound taken by Giddings. Pella Christian has the ball. Here comes Pothoven with it. They two-time him. They know he can hit that three. He goes way cross court to Klein. In underneath, a beautiful move and a spin around, and a foul is called on Boatsma of Hull Western Christian.
Well, so far they've done a nice job of getting 8 fouls against the two Western Christian
Boy,
pros.
I'll tell you, that Klein just did a great job of controlling that ball with a hard pass that came into it.
We've got a lot of action, Jim, but we've gone almost 2 minutes with this score sitting right on 48 to 53.
Well, now Van Gorp has the opportunity to make this a 3-point ball game with 3:40 left to play, and that's a basketball eternity. Van Gorp shoots it. It is good. They've missed 4 straight, and now he makes it. 53 to 49 score. Hull Western Christian. And it's good again. 53 to 50. Western Christian with the ball. And the lead. And the crowd, of course, is going with the underdog, Pella Christian. Todd Koima in along the baseline. Works it back out again to Van Essen. Back to Koima. Koiman with it. Push pass to Mulder. Back to Koiman. Cross-court pass. Back on the front to Dalma. In the corner it goes to Mulder. Mulder comes in. The shot is blocked, but they get possession of it in along the baseline. Shot back over the head. Reverse layup again by Jay Van Essen. Well, it's the second time he's made that one. Kind of a reverse layup. And now a 55 to 50 score. Pella Christian on the short end. Pella Christian with the ball with 2:51 to play. Ball goes into the corner now. Back around the horn to Dave Wiener. Back out in front to Pothoven. He shoots it. It's good. Pothoven hits it again. Incredible. 24 points for Eric Pothoven. 55 to 53. It's a 2-point ball game. The place is jumping. Back out to Dalma. Here's Dalma with it and kicks it back over to Koiman. Now they're playing catch with 2:23 to play, and timeout is called by Hull Western Christian. Hang on to your hats on this one. Back right after this. Excitement station too, because we have a 2-point ball game. Hull Western Christian, a solid favorite in this one, leading by only 2 points. Todd Koiman with the ball, goes inside. The shot is a banker. No good! A bank shot by Van Essen is no good. Van Gorp with a rebound for Pella Christian. They have a chance to tie or lead. Pothoven has the ball wrestled away from him. They're going to call a jump, and possession will go to Hull Western Christian.
Ross Down got in there and dug the ball out. Another big defensive play for the Indians. I don't think Pella Christian was looking to tie. They're going to look for Potterwood again.
That's right. They're looking at it. He loves that three-point shot, and he's been making them. All right, now Mulder with a basketball. They're just going to try to control a little bit of that clock here right now as they're way out of the basketball court, looking for that easy one if they can spring a man loose inside. Otherwise, they're running that kind of four-corner rotation out there. Bounce pass takes it to the outside to Dalma. He has the basketball, and Dalma spins around, gets rid of it over to Koyman. Here's Koyman, Brad Koyman with Todd Koyman with it. They're almost out to the center line, and Dalma with the basketball. Here's Dalma really putting pressure on the ball now. Koyman with it. We're down to a minute 19. 2-point lead for Hull Western Christian. They were leading by 15 at one time. Here comes the drive in, and they're going to call a blocking foul on Pella. Whoa, man, he thought he was going over right tackle with that one. That was Joel Mulder right down the paint, plowed into two defenders for Pella Christian, and so Mulder will go to the free throw line.
Got to Jim right after the timeout. He's showing an ability to work both inside and outside. First 2 buckets were threes.
All right.
He had a couple of drives.
Timeout is called. We'll be back right after this. Free throw line up here now. Jim Zabel and Mike Anderson going right down to the end here, and it's a free throw line with 2 shots. Mulder up, in. And Hull Western Christian leading now, 56-53. Mulder at the line again. Trying to give the Indians a 4-point lead. He does. 4-point lead for the Hull Western Christian Indians. Potholder, the guy who's done it practically all here for Pella Christian now with the basketball. Pella Christian down by 4 points, and Pothoven pinned down, tries a shot. It is good, and he's fouled. Holy mackerel!
How do you ever get out of that trap, Jim?
He had 3 of the tallest guys, including Mulder, around him, and Pothoven somehow sneaked in there. A scoop shot, put it through, and was fouled by Mulder.
He was dead on his dribble with his 6'6" action, the 6'5" Klima, and 6'4" Mulder all having throughout.
And he could make a 1-point game out of this. I'm not sure it was going to be traveling or charging or something else. And Pothoven free throw is good. It's a 1-point ball game. Western Christian 57 and Pella Christian 56. The ball is stolen away by Pella Christian. Pothoven declines. He shoots and scores. Pella Christian holds the lead. 58-57 in one of the most dramatic comebacks in state tournament history. 38 seconds to play. Nobody's calling a timeout as yet. Over to Mulder. Mulder with a basketball. Hull Western Christian. The joint is really going wild now. Pass goes to the inside, and we got a timeout call before the shot. A shot went through, but it's nullified by a timeout call previous to that by Hull Western Christian. We're going to take a timeout. We'll be back after this. Moines Thrill Station right now. Here's action, 22 seconds to go. Pella leading, 58-57. Hall Western Christian with the basketball. It's all going to be decided in 15 seconds, in 13 seconds. Coming in for the shot, it's no good, and a foul is called on Pella. 10 seconds to play. Coming in, the little playmaker there, Todd Kooiman, and he is fouled by Mark Van Gorp. Woo-wee, Mike, what a finish here.
Where did they come from, Jim? We give it up for dead. How many times? They just keep battling back.
Oh, it's unbelievable. Down, what was their biggest deficit? 14 or 15? 17. 29-12. All right, Kooiman at the line. The shot is no good. The best he can do now is tie. Kooiman misses his free throw. And if he misses this one, watch the scramble for the ball. Kooiman at the free throw line. He puts it up there. The shot is no good. Rebound, Pella. Pella has the ball. And they call it jump. And it's possession. Pella. Pella will have possession. Oh, man, what a finish. What a finish. Pella down by 17 has come back. All Western Christian lost only one game all year to number 1 rated team in 3A, East Waterloo, and that was a close one, wasn't it?
And now, Jim, the only possession thing is you and I saw the one official call was overruled by the other official. Even more importantly, we got a foul now.
We got a foul. 8 seconds to play, a timeout. We're going to keep it up here. Mike, let's talk about this dramatic comeback and how it happened.
Well, I hope you were going to ask me, Jim, before my notes dry, because there's enough to it that get me. We'll pick it up at the point that Pella Christian had made a comeback to get within 1. I don't know, it's 53 to 55. Mulder hit 2 free throws in the minute 10 mark to make it 53-57. Then Pella Christian went down pretty well past it. Eric Cloudova took the ball to the baseline, was surrounded by 3 tallest kids to 3 threes. He was a beautiful crossover move on the baseline, got a 3-pointer to give Pella Christian his first lead of the game at 58-57. Then we had a steal on the inbounds by Keating. That's one that gave him 58-57. Prado with a 3-pointer, Prado within 1. That gave him the lead at 58-57. Then the foul of Kooiman. Missed both free throws. Fine straight rebound, giving it a 1-point lead with Fine a chance.
All right, now Fine will go to the free throw line. They probably would just as soon have had possession rather than shooting the free throw.
I think so.
But if they make the free throws, of course, they just about put this thing out of reach. And now at the free throw line is Klein. His shot is up. It's good! Ryan Klein for Pella Christian gives his electric Pella team a 2-point lead. 59-57, 8 seconds to play in the game. This place will be a madhouse after this. The shot is good again. 3-point lead. And now coming down court with the ball. Mulder with it. 4 seconds to play. Shoots it. No good. Ball game is. What? 1 second to go. 1 second to go. But a foul is called. A foul is called on Hall Western Christian. They can't believe it.
And Jim, the magic isn't dead in Tuliptown. Remember Pella last year, 3 great comebacks. Much like this.
You and I did that game.
Much like this. 3 different nights Pella hides with this last year.
They get down by 17 points. The people from Hall Western Christian, their pom-pom outfit and cheerleaders are right down in front of us, and they are all in cheers. Across the way, they're all cheering. And there is the last shot of the game. The game is over. One of the most incredible, impossible, unbelievable comebacks in state tournament history. A team of destiny, Pella Christian. The Eagles win it 60-57. They'll be playing for the championship, but I don't care how that championship game goes against Forest City on Saturday night, Mike. Nothing could be more exciting than this.
Oh, and for the second year in a row, such a heartbreaking loss for Western Christian. Lost in Exotica Buzzer, the champion cycle. Counted lost St. Albert last year on the same kind of situation, Jim. They got to be heartbroken.
They do, and they got out way in front here. They led 22-10 at the quarter, 34-24 at halftime, 49-44. And I'll tell you, the game ball goes to just one guy. You know who that is, don't you?
I'd say I'd give it to 14, probably. That's Eric Cotto with the top.
You know you'd give it to 14. This guy, unbelievable, a one-man show. Only a sophomore, Cottoman. And we're going to come back and talk about his exploits. We'll be back at the Thrill Center of basketball, the auditorium in Des Moines, right after this. Just a little bit here, but the unexpected, the impossible, that's what makes high school basketball so exhilarating. That's what makes basketball generally so exciting, so thrilling, and this is a good example of it here. Pella Christian coming in. They were a team that really showed its stuff with that 18-point victory over Cedar Rapids Regis, a tournament perennial the other night, a veteran team, and they just kind of dismantled Regis in the second half. But they looked like they were overmatched here, quite honestly, in the first half. And they're playing a whole Western Christian team. Sure, they're 2A, but they play practically an all 3A schedule, which means they play the biggest teams in the state, and not only the biggest, but the best. Their only loss in a season long of play, 22 victories, their only loss came to Waterloo East, which is favored to win the 3A title here. They are the number one to get that job done in this thrilling finish.
Well, Jim, I'll be real honest with you, and I'm going to bet you to your halftime guest, Bob Helmer, did the same thing. I sat through that whole third quarter, decided they couldn't come back. I worked on my matchups for Forest City against Western Christian. Now I got to go back and rethink Forest City against Pella Christian. A number of big turnaround places. And the name keeps popping up in my notes is Brent Giedings. He only ended up with late in the third quarter to start him back, and he's the one that made the big steal following Prado's play that gave them their first and only lead of the game. Well, they at 58-57, which they later increased to the final of 16-57.
Well, I'll tell you what, Mike, you just got to take your hat off to these guys here, and the way how steady they were after it looked like they were totally outclassed there, down by 17 points. They were making all kinds of mistakes and so forth, and that really gave them the victory. And that move by Pothole, but underneath when he was surrounded at 5 feet, well, they call him 6'1". I don't think he's quite that, but he was surrounded by a bunch of guys 6'4", 6'5", and 6'6". You couldn't even see him. Somehow he got that scoop shot out there, got it through the hoop, and then got fouled on top of it.
And Jim, to describe the move, I guess you would probably go back to a move that we see more often in girls basketball than do anything else. That was just a plain straight crossover move on the baseline. He had killed himself on his dribble, but he hadn't moved his pivot foot yet. Crossed over and just a beautiful move to the basket. And of course, as he always does, he picked up the free throw to get him within striking distance, and then the big steal by Giedings. The resulting layup by Klein gave him the lead.
Talked to Bob Helmer at halftime. He was basically Forest City coach, and they're going to be playing him tomorrow night. He, of course, was scouting the Hull Western Christian team, basically, I think. But
well, he does have an extra night, Jim, so maybe he can borrow a scouting report from somebody, because I'm sure, like you did, that he had the scouting report on Western Christian at the time. Maybe we go back to some fundamentals as we explain this. When Pella Christian was going out of the game, the only thing that kept the scoreboard from mounting into the 20s was the fact that they kept their cool at the free throw line. They never missed. They never missed one in the first half. In fact, hit their first 16 straight, which is the only thing that really kept that score from getting ugly early on.
Right, you mentioned that at the time. We're going to be back to give you the scoring summary of this ball game. You stay tuned. A dramatic finish here. Pella Christian beating their sister school, but they're big rivals. Make no doubt about that. Pella Christian 60, Hull Western Christian 57. That's the final. I can hardly believe it myself. We'll be back right after this. Mike, if you drew up a Hollywood script and filmed it, they'd say that's impossible. They wouldn't have believed it, but we saw it. In fact, we saw it 2 years in a row, didn't we?
Yes, we've seen it from the town of Pella both times, Jim, and I guess I didn't see it coming. The possible place where they may have won this game is in that last 4 minutes of the first half. They were down 29-12. And Pella Christian hung in there that first half, outscored them 12-5 the remainder of the half to cut that thing to 10 points. And how many times do you hear coaches say, just get it cut down to 10, then we'll work from there after the half. And that's exactly what they did.
Well, what I was afraid of, they're going to trade buckets, and you don't gain. But, as I mentioned during the play-by-play, you do gain if you got one of your guys or one of the teams hitting threes. And Eric Pothoven hit 4 3-pointers during that stretch.
Well, he had 4 consecutive threes late in the third and early in the fourth, and really caused Western Christian to totally readjust some defensive thinking and got them thinking a little bit to where they couldn't crowd in inside like they'd been doing.
And Western Christian, I'll say this for the Pella defense, their pressure kept getting tougher and tougher and tougher as they really came out after the ball.
Well, you can see a confidence level growing, and of course, when a team is unbeaten and you let them start getting on a roll, and we talked about the Western Christian schedule. The Pella Christian schedule has been relatively tough too. They played the 3As in Southeast Polk, in Urbandale, in Ottumwa, and they played some excellent 2A teams, and people like Ballard of Huxley, Waukee, some state tournament teams there, and team to come in here unbeaten as they have, and I know that possibly the bigger schools had been on Western Christian's schedule, but when Pella came back and started getting that confidence, you could see a change in the crowd, you could see a change in the kids' attitude on the floor.
Right, let's have the scoring here.
Okay, for Pella Christian, who's going to move into a state championship game, the early game Saturday night against Forest City, the leader, we can't say much more about him, Eric Pothoven, the sophomore, with 27. What a cool customer. Ryan Klein with 13, including the layup off of the Geedings steal and the 2 free throws to seal it late. Geedings ended up with only 3 points, but a great floor game. Tracy Vandermolen with 2 points. The center, Mark Van Gorp, ended up with 14. Off the bench, they got a pair of points from Chad Daleman. For All Western Christian, what a way to go for the second straight year. They're 57, great balance. A great balance. Their junior was their leading scorer, Dave Van Essen, with 14. Chad Koima had 11. Joel Mulder with 12. Ross Dalma with 8. Todd Koyman with 8. And off the bench, they got 2 each from Dave Bacher and Tim Rothman.
And Dave Van Essen, I guess the hope is their bench is almost entirely underclass, with the exception of one guy, and their leading scorer is underclass too. So I think we may see Hull Western Christian again here.
They told us last year when they were down here that they had the best sophomore team they had ever had. Now, they called them 6'10". Now they've shrunk them down to 6'7", 6'7", 6'6". They might have been closer on their measurements last year.
Okay, and that means now that, in other words, at halftime we were talking about a meeting between Hull Western Christian and Forest City. There's no question Forest City will be there, but Hull Western Christian won't be. Pella Christian will be instead, and they'll be playing for the 2A title on Saturday night. Mike, how do you look at this in a preliminary manner?
Well, I'm still flabbergasted. As I said, I worked on my matchups with Western Christian in Forest City. Pella Christian has a problem in defense. The big kid, Jason Meckenberg from Forest City. But Pella Christian, of course, Forest City, and Coach Elmers has a problem in defensing a team that's really on a roll now. They have to have momentum coming off of the way they won tonight. Pothoven just seems to gain more confidence each and every time we see him on the floor, Jim. He's got 27-point performances, 54 points for 2 games. He's 21 of 23 from the free throw line. A floor leader, they look to him.
Well, and the thing about this guy, he's only a sophomore, and he's so calm. He goes down and shoots those 3-pointers. The place is absolute bedlam. They have more than 10,000 people in here tonight. The noise is deafening. Then he comes down and makes a great defensive play and scrambles around. Nothing seems to bother him.
And that crossover move on the baseline is just picture. It's just one that you don't see very often.
All right, let's talk then about just trying to catch our breath here. And, of course, you know by now, Pella Christian, one of the great comebacks in state tournament history, beating the favored Western Christian of Hull team 60-57 and moving to the championship game on Saturday night. In the first game tonight, Forest City over Washington 67-55. And Forest City, guys, controlled that pretty much in the second half, didn't they?
Well, they did, Jim, and I think that game also surprised a lot of people. Forest City came out with some tools that I don't think people knew they had. The 3-point shooting of the junior guard, Greg Pilgrim, who had 5 for the contest, really threw him off balance because Washington, I'm sure, expected Forest City to be going inside almost totally to Jason Meckelberg, who had the 31-point performance the other night. But Forest City showed that they had balance, that they can shoot from both outside and inside.
All right, and recapping now the rest of the way, that'll be the 2A title game between Pella Christian, the Cinderella Club from Pella, Iowa, the Dutch people that are so proud of their heritage and so proud of their Tulip Festival. And right now they're very, very proud of this basketball team. Pella Christian Eagles beating Western Christian by a score of 60-57. And in the first game, Forest City over Washington, 67-55. That's 2A. Now in 1A earlier, this is the big day of the tournament in terms of number of games. A total of 6 games were played to decide who the finalists are going to be. And in Class 1A, it was West Marshall upsetting Morris Orange City. That surprise you?
Yes, very definitely. I thought Morris Orange City was well on its way to a third straight state championship, Jim. West Marshall got out to a lead, was actually never headed in the contest. MOC came back and tied it at 52. Looked like they had the momentum, but a great all-around athlete, Brian Preston, who hadn't hit a free throw all day, who hadn't come close to hitting a free throw all day, nailed 2 to seal the victory. One of the smaller kids on the floor came down with 8 rebounds, 10 big points.
All right, and the other one, it was Montezuma over Postville by a score of 73-66. And 2 almost identical scores decided who the Class A teams are going to be. Boyden Hull defeated Amplington 76-61, and Colonesco defeated Elkhorn Kimballton. First time Elkhorn's lost by a score of 77-61. What do you think about those games?
Well, Jim, the A championship field, I think, really fits itself together well. Boyden Hull's got the great depth. They've got 36 bench points today, 30 bench points in their opener. Colonesco in the championship game for the 3rd time in the last 5 years. A pair of great veteran seniors in Brad Miller, who had 29 today, and the big kid we've all been reading about, Brian Wildeboer. Another great performance for a courageous young man with 14 points and 10 boards today.
All right, and in the NCAA, here are scores we have. I hope they have some more back at the station when we swing back down there. Clemson defeated Brigham Young 49-47. It was LaSalle advancing over Southern Mississippi 79-63. Santa Barbara, UC Santa Barbara downed Houston 70-66. Overtime, Michigan State, the top team in the Big Ten, had to go into overtime to beat Murray State 75-71. Oklahoma forced into a very close game with Towson State. Oklahoma defeating Towson State. They're the number 1 seed against number 16. 77-68 Oklahoma winning that one. North Carolina beat Southwest Missouri State 83-70. The big upset of the day, Ball State in the last 2 seconds, literally, on an out-of-bounds play, defeated Oregon State 54-53, and Louisville rolled over Idaho 78-59. The rest of the games are either being played tonight or in progress, and perhaps back at the station they'll have some of those scores for you. We will be back up here again tomorrow night, and tomorrow afternoon, of course, we'll bring you the scores of afternoon action on WHO Radio, and then we'll be back in tomorrow night with a couple of games that I think everybody's eagerly awaiting, Mike, and that, of course, is in the semifinals of Class 3A, Waterloo East against Indianola and Iowa City High against Ankeny, and luckily for those 4 teams, they don't have to play Pella Christian.
Well, I guess with the comeback they are, but what a great pair of 3A matchups for tomorrow afternoon, Jim. And that was the top 4 seeds won. Of course, only 3 teams have been rated number 1 throughout the season. They're all 3 in the Final 4.
Okay, thanks to you, Mike Henderson, and thanks to Mel Coas, our engineer. Thanks to Larry Kotler, and thanks to Tim down on the board and everybody else who pitched in tonight. And this is Jim Zabel saying stay tuned to WHO Radio for complete coverage of the Boys State High School basketball tournament. Now.